My name is Venerable Pra Mahathanat or Dr. Handy. I am a Buddhist missionary monk from Thailand, serving at Wat Thai, Washington, D.C. Welcome you all to Wat Thai on behalf of the abbot, the most venerable Long Chi, the older monks of the Wat Thai and the lay people of the temple. I would like to welcome you. I hope that you enjoy your visit with us. If there is anything I can do to make your stay here or during your be here, and we will learn together and get more information, please do not hesitate to let me know. You are, after all, guests of Wat Thai. Wat Thai, Washington, D.C. first opened in 1974 in small house in Silver Spring, Maryland, not too far from here. We call our temple the Wat Thai, Washington, D.C. because of the importance of the temple in the greater Washington, D.C. area. But we are located in the Silver Spring. The temple was originally started to serve the needs of the Thai people in the local community. Of course, over the years, the Wat Thai has come to extend its services to all the members of the community, not only Thais, but also the other Asian peoples, as well as interesting Americans who are interested in Buddhism. In 1986, we moved to our location here in 13440 Lay Hill Road. Our present temple building designed in simple but beautiful Thai style, 2 stories, complete with the ordination hall, or we call Buddha hall, upstairs, and the large multipurpose room below was finished in 1995. The building close by, that's the monk quarter and library, music room and classroom, meeting space, official kitchen, and a living quarter for the monks. So you are welcome to Wat Thai, Washington, D.C. So the daily routine of the monk, wake up early in the morning at around 5 a.m. and then we get together here around 5:30 to do meditation, individual practice. But we sit here. The abbot will sit here, and after that, at 6 o'clock, we're gonna chanting in Pali language. Pali language is the ancient language used in the time of the Buddha. So we still recite the word of the used as the time of the Buddha. So the monk wake up early, and we have 2 times a day for the meal. We have at around 6:45 to 7. We have breakfast served by Thai people or any people. Because Theravada monk, we're not allowed to cook ourselves, so the people have to offer food to the monk. In Thailand, the monk wake up early in the morning and carry the bowl, walk through the village, walk through the nearby neighbors to receive food. So people, they know that. They prepare food, water, fruit, or any kind of people, what the people eat, and then they offer to the monk. That's our old tradition since the time of the Buddha. So the monk walking for food is not beggar, okay? Don't misunderstanding about that, because some people say that, oh, the monk carry bowl asking the food from the neighbor, from the people. No. The monk cannot open their mouth to asking for, okay? Just walk. Just carry the bowl and walk through. If people, they want to offer, they offer. If they're not, that's fine. So the monk, sometimes if the people did not put the food to the bowl, the monk come back with the empty bowl to the temple. But it's not, because the people, they know that. The monk, the one who left the house, the householder, the house, the worldly life to the monastic life, is like a sacrifice their life to Buddhism, to do good, to avoid bad, and purify the mind. It is the heart of Buddhism, the heart of teaching. If people say that, what is the heart of Buddhism? What is the teaching? So actually there are 45 volumes of books in there, in the bookcase. That's the content of the teaching. Okay, back to the history background of Buddhism started in India. As you know, I think you guys learned about the history background, right? At that time, there's no India, there's no Nepal. They call Champutipa, or the subcontinent in the area of South Asia nowadays. So Buddha born in the footprint in the foot of Himalayan mountain. Now they call Nepal, but in the ancient time they call Kapilavastu, and the Lumpini Grove, the Lumpini Park where the Buddha was born. Now they're in border India and Nepal. And then India, he left when he was 29 years old, ordained as an ascetic, as a monk, and then practiced. And then he came along with the Ganges River. You know, Ganges River flow from Himalayan mountain down to now they call the Uttar Pradesh state. Then he practiced for 6 years, tortured himself to find the truth. And finally he get enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in the bank of Neranchara River, nowadays in Bihar state in India, that we call Bodh Gaya or Putta Gaya, whatever you pronounce. And in English we call Bodh Gaya. In Pali, Buddha Gaya. Buddha means the awakening, awakened one. So before Buddha sat under that tree also is not named Bodhi, banyan tree. After Buddha left the other banks of Neranchala and came back to other bank, and then there's a banyan tree there, and then he sat under the tree in the full moon day of the lunar month, the 6th lunar month that we call Vesak day nowadays. The day that Buddha get enlightenment, and coincidence or not, I don't know, but in the history said that the same day as the day he was born on the 6th lunar month, and the day of he get enlightenment on the 6th lunar month. And also after that, he teach his teaching for 45 years. He left 29 years old. He practiced 6 years. He reached 35, and then he get enlightenment 35. And then from 35 to 80, he teach the teaching for 45 years. And then he passed away. Parinibbana or Nirvana, whatever we call. He passed away on the full moon day of the 6th lunar month. So the 3 events happened in that day. So it's a quite miracle. Some people say it like that. But in Buddhism, we call Vesak day, the day of the Buddha day. So the United Nations accept that the National Day of Vesak. We celebrate every year since 1999. See? So the Buddha was born in border India, Nepal nowadays. but in the ancient time, it's not a small kingdom. Okay. So back to what the Buddha taught in 45 years. He taught in different way, with different words, and with different person. Okay, according to the background of the listener or the believer. But in Buddhism, we call the heart of Buddhism that I just mentioned, not to do any evil, to do good, and purify the mind. Not to do any evil by word, by thought, and by mind. Okay? Bodily action, verbal action, and mental action, 3 ways that produce good and bad. What good and bad? The result that we call karma, or karma, K-A-M-A, karma. Or if you write in Sanskrit, then they put R, K-A-R-M-M-A, karma, or karma in Pali, whatever. Karma means action, okay? You act every moment you act from mental process first. You have to think first. And then from the mind that we call the mental process, the mind first, and then come to your mouth, and then your body action, any action of your body. So we do good also, good by thinking, think in positive, not negative, okay? Think in positive way. That's a good mental process that we call kusala kamma, or wholesome thought, kusala kamma. And then as it comes to your mouth, you will speak only the truthfulness, the truth, not lying. Yeah, lie is the evil. So speak truth, speak valuable, speak beneficial for other people, see, by the verbal. And do good by action, when you help the people by your hands, or you create something, it's like a masterpiece of art, or some invention, anything. Like a scientist, they invent something, they have to use three ways, right? They have to think first. Like they invent the airplane, for instance. They have to think first. Draw first. And then investigate, and then develop, and then, So the process in Buddhism, like this. Do good, avoid bad. Do good by verbal action, you speak in good way. You think in the good way, good thought, that's the mental action. Mental action, bodily action, and verbal action produce good and bad. And then the state of learning from outside in, okay? First that we call sila, or morality, okay? The moral code. The basic for the lay people that we call 5 precepts. Number 1, not to kill, not to destroy the life, not to, harm people or even small insects. The small insect, they have the right to preserve their life, right? Like us, we have to protect our life. So the small insect also, they have right to protect their life. So in the precept number 1, not to kill, not to steal, not to destroy the life. And number 2, not to steal, not to take what's not given with respect to the owner of the process, that thing. Number 3, not to commit
adultery or sexual misconduct. Yeah, in Buddhism, respect husband, respect wife, wife respect husband. Not to have more than one. Okay, but the people right now fight, the problem in the world because of the family conflict, right? Husband and wife not to respect to each other, so they have more than one. If you have more than one, you cause problem. Of course, get problem. So the precept number 3, not to have wife or husband need only couple, one by one. And number 4 is not to tell a lie. That's a verbal action. Number 4, sila number 4, to avoid speak. You have to speak truthfulness, not to speak a lie, harsh speech, or condemn or criticize. See, if you criticize people, if you talk black in white and black is not truth. That's against the rule number 4 in Buddhism. And number 5, not to take intoxicants, drink and drug, alcohol and drug, because that is destroy your brain, destroy your mental process. If you take alcohol until you get drunk, you can destroy precept number 1. You can kill people when you get drunk. You can steal things from, people not give to you. You can do the adultery, sexual misconduct, and you can lie easily. See? So this is the 5 precepts, the basic rule for the lay people in Buddhism. So we start from there, from the moral code. So if you want to practice more, they have to take more precepts. They have 8 precepts. So like the nun, the white, or the lay practitioner, they wear white, or sometimes they shave their head and then come to the temple, stay in the temple only 1 night or 2 nights, whatever they have time. Or occasionally, in the special day, like a Vesak day, the people come to the temple, practice, they take 8 precepts. And then, if you want more, you leave your householder ordained as a monk or as a novice. That's a monastic life, like me. Okay, I left when I was 14 years old, after finished elementary school, and then I ordained as a novice. Until now, not return back to the lay life. But in Thai, we have two kind of monks, temporarily and permanently monk. Temporary, like, you want to ordain 7 days or 3 months or 1 year, you come to ordain. And then learn Buddhism, practice Buddhism. And after that, go back to lay life. You go to school, go to college, go to work, whatever. But at least you pass the way to, develop your life with the teaching of the Buddha, and you better understanding about the life. Because Buddhism, we consider that the way of life, the way of practice. We not call the religion, because religion, if you look at the meaning in the dictionary, what is that? The religion. The belief that relate to the God or to any supreme being. That's a religion. But in Buddhism, what is that? That is the way of practice. As I mentioned, sila, the 5 precepts, that's at the start, the basic rule. Everybody can practice, whatever you are. You are not Buddhist, you are Americans, you are Muslims, you are Hindus, you are Jews, or anyone that want to practice, you can practice, and anyone. can practice, and then the benefit you can get immediately, right? You're not to tell lie people, okay, you are very, very good in your verbal action. It's good belong to you. The goodness is in you, right? So the way of life, and then Sila number one, this is the threefold training that we call how to practice in Buddhism. Threefold training. Number one is a Sila, as I explained. Number two is the mental development that we call samadhi or meditation, right? The way to train the mind, we call samadhi. Samadhi in Pali we call bhavana, mean developed, increase, and improve. Improve what? Improve the normal mind. We are the normal mind. I'm also normal mind. The mind are invaded with greed, hatred, and delusion. Sometimes you have greedy mind. Sometimes you have hatred mind, greedy, hatred, and delusion. You don't know what is what. So sometimes we are invaded with the three things, greed, hatred, and delusion. So, but when we practice meditation, we can see what is happening here and now. And then we can prevent it by develop mindfulness, okay? Develop mindfulness to prevent the bad guests outside to visit our mind. The six sense doors, this is like a door, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nose, actually 1 nose, but 2 channel, right? 2 nostril, 2, but 1, okay? And 1 mouth, okay? Ear, eyes, nose, tongue, body, touching, and mind itself. So 6 sense doors, 6 senses, 6 senses that we contact with the outside world and inside world. When your eyesight see the form, what happens? If you see the beautiful flower, the roses, the red roses, yeah. When you see that, oh, you like it, you want it, want to grab it. But if you see something that you don't like it, you have to put away. You don't want it. So when you see things, what happens is attachment and detachment. 2 things. If you like, you want to grasp things, attaching, right? When you see beautiful cars in the showroom, oh, I one day I will have to get one, and then any kind of you like it, you want it, okay? But if, for instance, like the food, some people they don't like the spicy food or bitter food, something like that. You don't want to put away. So we contact like this: ear, eyes, nose, tongue, body, and mind. But when you contact by 5 senses, ear, eye, nose, tongue, body, and it's come to the mind. It's come to only the mind. So the mind is dirty sometimes. The mind is clean sometimes. So we need to clean the mind by meditation. This is the technique in Buddhism. That's why meditation is to develop, to increase, to improve, to develop from the normal mind to the noble mind. Okay, the noble one. The noble. What is the noble one? The noble one, they're not attached to the world and not detached to the material. They can live in this world happily. That's the noble one, because they have been training the mind perfectly. But we are, when eyesight see or something, suppose, for instance, your friend in the back criticize you, blah, 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 and then what happens? Your mind is tingling. Your mind not stable. See, because of you receive information from the back to your ear, from your ear go to your brain, go to your heart, go to the process of in Buddhism that we call mind or consciousness. Okay, consciousness. Then the mind gets some impurity. Okay, if you think in the negative way, that make your mind impure. So in order to clean the mind, you have to sit and then watch your mind. By watch your mind, watch your thought. When you close your eyes, you visualize that you see the whole body from the top of your head down to your tiptoes. For instance, when we sit like this. Okay, sitting meditation, you can sit, cross your leg. The standard posture is the right leg on the top of the left one. Yeah, like this, or whatever, don't break your leg, okay? You can sit flat like this for someone who have the physical problem. You can sit like this. You can sit, cross your leg. Okay, whatever you like, you sit. Make your sitting comfortable, okay? And put your hands on your lap, right hand on the top of left.
Okay, now we are going to practice meditation. Just for example, in Buddhism, the word meditation is translated from Pali language. The Pali word bhavana, which means to develop, to improve, to cultivate mindfulness and awareness. So the mind become healthy and strong. Meditation is the way to cultivate the mind. So it become calm, clear, peaceful, stable, bright, light, and pure. Actually, the mind is pure itself, but because of the contact to the outside world, so that the mind polluted with something that come to contact with the mind. A concentrated mind can focus clearly on or when defiling mental obstacles such as hatred, greed, craving, delusion, unwholesome. Okay, now we are going to practice meditation. Just for example, in Buddhism, the word meditation is translated from Pali language. The Pali word bhavana, which means to develop, to improve, to cultivate mindfulness and awareness. So the mind become healthy and strong. Meditation is the way to cultivate the mind. So it become calm, clear, peaceful, stable, bright, light, and pure. Actually, the mind is pure itself, but because of the contact to the outside world, so that the mind polluted with something that come to contact with the mind. A concentrated mind can focus clearly on or when defiling mental obstacles such as hatred, greed, craving, delusion, unwholesome thought, ignorance, etc. are removed. A controlled and disciplined mind, free from impurities, is related from tension, worry, and stress. So meditation in Buddhism, especially in Theravada Buddhism, has been practiced for long time. Meditation is the way to psychological train the mind to develop the tool of insight, or in Pali language we call vipassana, enabling meditators to realize enlightenment, the highest wisdom for ordinary persons to become complete human beings, so that the human beings can become noble ones, or Ariya Bukkala in Pali language. The oldest form of vipassana or insight meditation is taught in the Theravada tradition of Southeast Asian country. Mindfulness and awareness is the heart of Buddhist meditation. We developed the insight, the full foundation of mindfulness, or Mahasatipatthana Sutta, were emphasized by the historical Buddha. There is only one way for the purification of beings, for the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, for the disappearance of suffering, grief, and pain, for the winning the noble path, for realizing enlightenment, or nibbana, that is to say, the full foundation of mindfulness. Meditation can be practiced in many ways to develop the mind, to have the mind relax and become calm. We see in the West today many people who practice meditation by themselves through reading books, or without supervision, without teacher or master. They just experience by themselves, or with the friend or the people who can practice together. Then sometimes make them confused. It's very useful and wonderful to learn and study and put into practice meditation, because living without meditation is very dangerous. It is like driving a car without a road map and without directions. Nowadays, people use GPS to drive to reach destination, so it's easy to drive direct. But how to live your life without mindfulness, or without mind training? Living with meditation is just the opposite. You're driving, providing all the tools you need to get to your destination. Okay, this is the time to talk, and if you have any question, and then we will discuss